Whew. On a little early, trying to catch some of this Ravens game. Just want to make sure we have no technical difficulties. We will start in 7 minutes. Push. Third and short. Terrible. All right, start in 6 minutes. Going to start. Go Ravens, go! All right. Hey, Daniel. Thank you, brother. Thank you for coming on tonight. Hi, Andrea. Good to see you. We are starting in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I picked the worst night to do this live. What's up, Ryan? Thanks for coming on, brother. What's up, Brookhouse Bulls? Thank you guys for coming on, even though this very good Ravens game is on right now. Trying to get it right here. Bang. The Ravens are playing, and I'm going live. Lamar must be very upset with me. But we're gonna talk about some dogs tonight. Touchdown, players, touchdown. Okay. What's up, Donald Clark, brother? We put this on mute. All right, we're about to start in 4 minutes. Glad you guys are here. Um, and we will be talking about my views on my new views on breeding and tool dogs. Um, and I mean, I guess we don't really have to wait, but I'll give those other people a couple more minutes since I did post it and say at 9. And the Ravens game was supposed to start at 8:20, so that at least it'll be 40 minutes in the game, but they started 20 minutes late, so um, that's what we're working with. But feel free in the meantime to shoot me, you guys' plans, what you got going on. Daniel asked, how's the weather up our way? Weather's pretty good, man. Can't complain. Probably been around 85 degrees or so for the past week. So I've been pretty happy about that. Can't complain about that there. But we're gonna get in a good hour tonight. Um, let's see, we got 3 more minutes till we start. How's the weather where you are, Daniel? How's the weather up there? Our family, I got all my people with me. And if you're on the live, hit that like button for me. If you haven't, appreciate it. Um, Goes a long way for the video and growing. Doug Lettingham, all the way in Florida. Well, 30 minutes away from here in Florida. Daniel says they get about 110. Heck no. But we have dogs on machines that can take the heat. Well, that's what's up, man, because I am not going to be going or staying anywhere for a long time. That's 110. That is crazy. If your dogs are doing it up there, man, more power to you, brother. That's what I like to hear. But it's 8:59. We can get started 1 minute early. I don't think that's a problem. Um, so obviously, with the title of the video, um, with my new um, views on breeding, has come after sitting back and watching so many different people do so many different breedings, and it's made me think more about um, tool dogs, what a tool dog should be. We may have touched on something like that before, but even with my own dogs, and my productions, it's made me want to um, experiment, but not with train wrecks, so to speak. Train wrecks, and I put that in quotations because I don't think that's what a tool dog should be. And I definitely want to touch on some points I had, in this discussion, and obviously I want to go over some examples as well. And I want to start with, for me personally, I don't think a tool dog, like I said earlier, should be a dog that's a problem. I think when you're talking about breeding, I think a tool dog should be a dog that enhances your productions. I wrote this down after thinking about it. Um, a dog that enhances your productions, where um, it shouldn't be a dog. It should be a dog that is almost show worthy in my mind, but is overdone to the point that it's outside of the standards. Something like how the ABUKC used to judge back in, let me see when they started. They stopped judging like that. Maybe that year, like Hove, not the year Hove died, but like maybe around 2013. When I was at ABKC Nationals in 2013, 2014, I specifically remember a lot of people on Facebook having their dogs being called overdone in the ABKC ring. And these are dogs that just compete regularly today. Now, we do know that Dave said they've added some of those extreme and overdone features to those classes since there is no more extreme class. But I believe a tool dog should be one that isn't super flawed, something that's not going to hurt your productions. And I wrote down specifically, you shouldn't be trying to gain bone, but at the same time, sacrificing rear angulation. And you shouldn't be trying to gain mass, but sacrificing your dog's health, the health of your productions. Um, and I also think, after having my own dogs, and you guys with your own experiences as well, I also don't think that a tool dog strictly has to be a male. Nancy, the dog that you probably have seen me post on Facebook and on my YouTube page as well. The female that we had, she was very bully. Um, you know, Solid conformation, not something that I would take in the ring based on her stifles because they were straighter, and but pretty much everything else about her we pretty liked. She had a big, strong head, um, you know, muscular shoulders, a thick rear, even though the rear, with the stifle area wasn't what we wanted. But when we bred her to a cleaner male, he added the turn to stifle in the productions, which ended up being better. But they did get a few of her flaws, which made the productions still a work in progress, which is I'm sure that most people can say with their productions. But we feel like we're not very far off from what we would like to see. Me and my friend Daniel Smith from our breedings, and we we're doing a breeding in February or March next year, and the only I don't even want to say it was somewhat major, but the thing that I'm really focusing on in that breeding and correcting is shoulder set, because our female has too wide of a shoulder set, and it affects her movement. But she's a pretty big and pretty girthy bitch, so I had to keep her weight down. But she has a good head. She has a thick rear. Turned to stifle that's better than her mother. So she's pretty much a cleaner version of her mother, but not as bully, but still a pretty good place to start for our first generation, even though they're both fully loaded projects, dogs that were bred to produce her. Now, she's a pocket. She's 14 and a half inches, but she's a thick girl. But we want to breed her to a standard. And that's something I also want to try now that I didn't want to try before. For various, if I could say for a couple of reasons, because for one, it is extremely hard trying to find pocket males that are really clean, but at the same time that won't sacrifice the muscularity and the substance that the female that we have that she has, and and that's something we want to add. The male that we're choosing is about 18 inches. He's an ABKC champion, I think soon to be grand champion if he isn't already. He has good turn to stifle, good movement. He's a big dog. He has good bones, not like freakish bone, because that's not really what we're after. But we want to tighten her up, especially in that shoulder area. And he is actually a son of a tool dog. In my eyes, that's a decent dog, but I haven't seen enough of him in videos in all angles. He is actually a Nile's son. So I guess we'll go into more details about the male in the future when that time comes. But those are things that I didn't really want to do before. Was going into breeding, one class to another class, but it seems like the more specific you are, about the dogs that you select to breed, it's harder to find. I should say, specifically in the pocket class, I should say. But for us, we think you only get the best specimens when the worst specimen is a very good dog, And I think a tool dog should be one that carries a strong look of the breed, but lacks possibly certain conformational qualities that would make it a great show dog. If a dog has a certain health concern, like respiratory issues, heart murmurs, bad hips, skin issues, um, tool dog or not, we feel like they shouldn't be bred. So when I think of dogs, like I've been watching Samson for a while, and I would never personally breed to him because I wouldn't want to take the chance of getting some of those things like the longer back. But in seeing the way he was bred and the dogs that I see people post on Facebook, like I mentioned before in a video, Skywalker from Nico Castino, Joshua from Ramona Bulls, Luke from Bolt Action Bullies, Gabrielle from Warriors of God and Messenger, and Golden Bear from Bully Barn. Um, Ryan says he doesn't breathe that good. Samson, yeah, I guess I haven't really seen it. I can't remember. I knew at nationals it was. I thought it was blue and zero. Another dog that they had to cool down. I can't recall if it was him, but just watching, because like I said, I wouldn't breed to him directly, but I really want to see what his productions can do because they've been making improvements on him, especially the one in well, he lives in China now, but Joshua, I seen him in person, and he didn't. I don't recall there being a breathing issue, but he was a very nice dog. Okay, Ryan, I'm definitely gonna look into that, brother. Definitely gonna look into that. Um, um, Also, when I talked about a tool dog, for like when me and my friend talked about it, we eliminated, dogs like Rocco and Grim and Brim for the issues that we know they had, like with all those skin issues, the heart murmurs, and that's just us personally. That's how we feel. So I would never breed, directly to one of those dogs, and I have seen people with good examples of offspring here and there and grand children off of them, but it's something I still would never be a priority for me, and it's something that I would be afraid to do, even when backed into a corner. But Ramona Bulls also has a very good male Kit Kat. He's a pocket, not perfect, but very good, and I've seen him in person as a puppy to all the way to now. I'm probably going to see him in the next couple of months, and it's made me think about. I should say, more open to it because I haven't seen the health issues with some of these offspring. Now, if they're hiding it, whoever, anybody who used that blood, they must be doing a hell of a job. But those dogs we kind of eliminated that from that pool of what we consider to be a tool dog. Um, Also here now, like I said, so Samson is one that we consider to be a tool dog. Also Niles, owned by Nikki Westbrook, who was pretty impressive, but extreme muscularity. Um, but I haven't seen much of the dog, like I said. And then obviously, an old school dog like Thing. Now, I've never seen Thing in person or anybody posted him. He probably even been dead by the time I found out about him. But the YouTube videos that they have of Thing, you can see that he's not a very clean dog. And if you probably hadn't seen his productions like Lock and Load or King Kamali, you probably would never consider breeding to him. But he was before my time, before I got involved in the American Bully, and I've always heard him used as the example. So, with that being said, it's just I like to sit back and see what the results are going to be. Even dogs I don't like. Like that dog Oscar that Dave Wilson did the breeding to, and I think maybe like Sean Galmore, and a couple of people bred to him as well. I didn't think. I thought they would be worse than what I saw, but it's still something I would never do. But it was interesting to see the differing results that I've seen. But he's one that I just, like I said, I would just never do a breeding to a dog like that. But like I said, we're going to breed to a Niles son because Niles is like he looks very huge, and I can't say because I haven't seen him in person. And after being at that show in Florida, the WBA show that I went to the other day, the size of these dogs are just crazy when you see them in person and you see them on cameras because Asher is just so much bigger than I expected in person. And the same thing with John Wayne. But outside of that, really, um, other than that, yeah, my views are pretty much the same. But I'm just looking to see in this chase for this bigger American bully that can still maintain the same conformation, which I don't really believe it can. I want to see who's going to come the closest to it. You know, like if a dog like Blue had a better tail, Hangman's father, I would like to know what would I think of him. Um, you know, and then Hangman got the same tail issue, which is not a huge issue, but it's still a flaw that you kind of don't want when you're breeding. You know, but other than that, I'm trying. I would like to breed. I realized that my female was she's a good size for me at 14 and a half inches, and then I have another female here that's 13 and a half. But um, I would like a little bigger head on her, like a head like maybe her mother's size. Um, the bone is something that I'm okay with. I don't need that drastically huge bone that I guess some people are chasing sometime. Um, I don't need a much larger chest. It's just about correcting that structure and seeing how well I can um, produce structure for generations before I decide I want to take a chance to a dog like maybe like a dog like Niles or something that's extremely heavily muscled, um, or something that really to me that pushes the limits while also being clean. So y'all tell me who you guys are interested in breeding. I know like Donald did breeding the other day. I don't know if he's done any more in the meantime. I think a couple of you probably had done some breedings. Maybe I think Daniel might have did some. I know Doug definitely did one or two. Tell me what you guys think, man, about about what y'all are going to do with your breedings. And if you're here, you can hit that like button for me. Definitely helps us grow. Donald Clark says he likes Duce. He's huge. Donald, have you seen him in person? Because I do like him as well. For a dog that big to still be that clean is was also freaky to me. So I can appreciate a dog like that. Okay, you haven't seen him. I wanted to see more of him in video, and I can't remember the people that own him, but I think he's off of possibly like Yokozuna, which may be something. No, he's definitely nice. Yeah, something from what's his name? The Potter House, where the real Rick Ross is owner. I think he's off of that blood because they have those really nice big heads, big bones, big shoulders, big chest. I mean, there's big dogs. Which, if I'm not correct, I think they descend from some Muggleston blood, but definitely, um, I definitely like him. I definitely like him. So Donald threw Duce out there. What? He's is he a standard or class? I mean, or XL? That was one thing I really wanted to know with Duce. I was like, man, I would take a chance on him. Brookhouse Bulls says bad medicine. I have not heard of that dog. If that is a dog, bad medicine. Ah, okay. Yeah, I know there's definitely some other sim blood in there. I think Ichiban is probably Yokozuna's dad. I think. Okay, but he's XL. So and those XL those shorter XLs are the ones that seem to usually have better conformation while holding that American Bully look without shifting into that Mastiff look that so many of the XLs have. What is that dog's name? XL Grand Champion Chopper, who's I think he lives in Oklahoma. Yeah, and owned by Anthony Caesar, Anthony and Alik, father and son dog. He's one of the few XL Grand Champions. When I saw him in Oklahoma, I couldn't tell if he was an XL or a standard because I could see he was kind of taller and a heavier dog, but I couldn't tell if he was an XL because he was so well put together. And then when I spoke to him, I found out that he was like 21 inches, and they had a picture of him on the side of Dooley, and he was like maybe like 2 inches taller than Dooley, like barely. But he was barely an XL. So Dooley is like right on like on the edge of being an XL, probably something very close to Duce's height. But definitely, oh yeah, for sure. Like and especially like with these the top dogs that we've been seeing for the past couple of years. You know, Samson, Blue, Zero. Um, help me out. Maybe like a Zeus. A lot of those bigger dogs seem to always have that lack of turn to stifle, and it just seems like the bullier that the dog is, the harder it is to maintain that turn to stifle. Hangman Ryan, I think he would be a good choice. He would be a good choice. I would like to see him put to a female with better turn to stifle than he has as well, because he's Hangman is still so very clean for a dog, you know, his size. Yeah, I like Hangman. I would really like to see him in person to get a real sense of the size of him, you know, compared to the other dogs. Donald says most importantly he can breathe. Tool dog should be healthy. Exactly. I mean I've just seen so many people do breedings to dogs that they consider tool dogs in which they've lost so much. You know, like they've had good angulation in the rear and good turn to stifle, and they've lost it for size. And sometimes I guess they accomplish their goals where they've gotten a bigger dog, but now the dog is not as sound conformationally, and that's not something that I'm interested in. I really want to lock in that structure and add the size, you know, later because and that's even when the breeding to a dog of a bigger class comes in as well, where that's going to help lock in that or that size and that bone breeding to a bigger dog, according to my friend Wesley Figueroa. and it's something I want to. Well, I'm about to find out the next couple of months, so I'm looking forward to that. But Hangman is a good choice. I didn't even think of that. I haven't really seen any of his offspring, to be honest with you, to say, what what they've done, what they look like. Not, Samson has kind of separated himself to me as a producer when I look at the offspring that that I've seen. But a lot of people, I don't think, have been. I don't think a lot of people have been showing their other Samson dogs for one reason or the next. So you saw Hangman at Nationals. What did you think, Ryan? Tell me what you thought about him. And who did you see him on the side of to say to get a comparison? Trench Kennel Bullies, thank you for coming on, brother. Hit that like button if you can for us. He says, what do you think is the ideal pocket height? I breed for a 15-inch. I have two females, mother and daughter. Well, for me, I would like my male to be 15 and a half, 16 inches, the most 16 inches, and females to be 15 and 14 and a half. I like that. I like that size. I've seen this female I have here at 14 and a half. I really like it. But even her mother was 15. I like that as well. The 13 and a half I have, I like her, but I think it's a little too small for what I would want long term. But that 14 and a half and 15 for females, and I think from 15 and a half to 16 for males for me is what I like. Thank you for coming on. Corey Violet, I've seen him a few times. Are you referring to Hangman or Samson? But I believe this is my first time seeing you on, Corey. Thank you for coming on. And if you can, tell me where you are from. Ryan says that Hangman's movement was great. He looked good next to Blue and Zero. He did. He did. He always looked like he moved well, even in the videos that they posted. I guess I was trying to figure out if they had anything about him different that I'm seeing, that I haven't really gotten to see or capture in those videos. If you saw anything else in person that would have really stuck out to you, you know. Um, Trench Kennel Bully says the mom is a Clico granddaughter. Okay, okay. There's nothing wrong with that, brother. As long as they're healthy, I'm down with it. But Corey says Hangman is a very well put together. It's very well put together. In my opinion, he has a cleaner body frame than Blue. Agreed. But last I saw, Blue has a little more mass. Oh yeah, definitely. And you are from Dallas, Texas. Well, thank you for coming on. We appreciate you. Marley, hey, if you don't mind me asking, how much was your new girl from Suarez? Um, if you don't mind me asking. Okay, yeah, Marley. I guess I don't mind. From what I know, his, I paid I think about six for her. Um, and I think all of his puppies are around that price, depending. Maybe less. I don't want to say. You probably talk to him and see, but that's why I paid six. Um, yeah, and then but I had to blame shipping and all that stuff. So Corey says Samson is nice as well, but there is an error for everything. but they are grand champions for a reason. Well, there is an era for everything. I will say that. But I don't believe they are grand champions according to the criteria. Not and there's not grand champion and champion criteria. Something that we've asked for that I would like to see from registries, but with Samson having the confirmation, like for me, the title of grand champion and champion should be for the most elite conformationally built dogs. You know, and that's just my personal opinion. Um, Ryan says he looks like that old school American bully. He has a lot of confidence. Okay, that's what's up. Ross family, Michael Ross. Hey, what's up, brother? Yeah, you actually called us this time. Yeah, no, we're having a good conversation right now. And Trench Bully says, you thinking of getting some new blood to use as a tool for your yard? Yes. The dog that I plan to do a breeding to is is what I am is what we're hoping is the tool dog for us. Um, because we have so much edge strains in our yard, because my female is heavy rock and ruby to heavy bully market. In the further back in the ped, when you go back, she is like 5 times Rocky has a hard head on, and then also 5 times lock and load. And I was just thinking, like, man, if I put her to more edge, I was like, depending on the dog, um, I don't want to get some of the fault because the last 2 breedings I did, I always got a higher tail set than I wanted, and I don't know if that was, but now thinking about it, it might have just been because of the dogs I put together. But so I don't know if it was the pedigree. I don't could not be. But this dog that we're breeding to also has a better tail set, and that's something we want to improve upon as well. Um, and he has like maybe he has like Luciano in there. One time, there's one time Dax. So I'm not extremely uncomfortable with it. And he just had a litter the other day that was insane. So I can't wait to see what he does with our female. Um, and something to refresh that blood. Donald Clark says, get you some Blue Pride or Midwest Monster stuff. Well, I don't know where you find Midwest Monster these days, um, but um, Blue Pride, I can definitely, get in touch with Oscar for sure. The Ross family says, Rick James and Denzel might create that balance you love, bro. Next time you're out my way, you're going to have to come see Bobby. But I will definitely be there in Oklahoma whenever I get the chance. Again, uh, my wife loves to go home, so definitely, Mike, appreciate that. I can't wait to see those puppies. Um, the compliments, I think that's going to be a really good one. I think it's going to be a really good one with some heavy, um, well balanced show dogs. I really want to see the results from that. Um, and if you don't know, then you guys probably want to follow Ramona Bulls on Instagram, Mike Ross on Facebook. They have a lot of good breedings happening. Definitely want to check them out. And he says he has a pocket meal that is off of Butkus, who is Midwest Monsters Crunk Juice daughter bred to Rocco. So if you are looking for that, like, I think who said that? Donald talked about the Midwest Monster stuff. He has it there as well for you. Um, but just 100% Midwest Monster stuff, I haven't seen that in a while. I I would not even know where to point you in that direction. Um, but Trench Kennel Bully said, "How many generations did you work with?" No, we only have our first generation, and we are not in a rush. We have been I've been looking forever for for the right pocket, and couldn't find it. So we're going to the standards, and we're not in a rush. We're taking our time. The female we have now, she's going to be bred on her third heat. Um, so I'm hoping she just, still has some matures a little more mentally before we breed her. So I have no problem. I have no problem with waiting. Because I don't want to do a breeding to a dog that I don't absolutely love. There's nothing like you're trying to do something that you really like to do, and you feel like you're settling. And I don't, I could almost never do a breeding like that. I would rather just wait. I would rather just wait. Even buying a puppy, and I've bought a lot of puppies over my lifetime, and I just like, ah, I like that one, but ah, you know what? No, I'm gonna pass, and I'll just wait. But Donald Clark says those Sonic Boom boys are amazing as well. They are, but they have so much rock and ruby in them, which is what I was afraid of with what I already have, being so much. And they're all like they're all at least like I'm thinking like inbred. I mean line bred. Sorry, line bred or like Rambo or something like that. So putting that to what I already have, um, and them being kind of having similar, I think they have similar flaws. I had to look at them again. I was trying to visit them the last time I was in Florida. Well, not the last time, but Christmas. Christmas, I was in Florida and I was trying to visit Sonic Boom, but I think Kelsey was just recovering from an accident she was in. So I didn't get a chance to see them, and I think she had just moved too. Because I was like, man, I would definitely try to breed one of those dogs. But I got time. I'm young. I'm only 34, so like I said, no rush. And I'm trying to always try to keep my numbers down of dogs because of the hurricane seasons. It's just something I don't want to have a whole lot of dogs. I'm trying to find shelter for them. I posted this huge like cage thing they had on Facebook that had like feeders in it. It was like made out of like aluminum or steel or something. Stairway. The pee and poop could go to the bottom and go into this thing. And I was like, man, I asked on Facebook if anybody could find it, but nobody could find it. And I really like, if I had one or two of those, then I might consider getting one or two. I mean, getting maybe more dogs because I'd be confident come hurricane season that the dogs could be in the house and the cleanup still wouldn't be a complete pain. So that's something that I was looking in, interested in too. Trench Kennel says, does she seem to that she will be a good mom? I think so. I think I think she'll do enough. I don't know if she'll be one of those dogs where you're like, man, this female made my job so easy because her mom, both breedings that we did with her mom, after 4 weeks, she wasn't really interested in puppies anymore. No, there were some fat puppies. They drank a whole lot of milk. And maybe it may have been with the area we kept her in. Maybe we didn't give her enough breaks from the puppies or something like that. But after 4 weeks, she was like, heck no. So I can't say like, well, her mother did she did give us times where I was like, man, after like a couple of weeks, I didn't have to worry like if she would crush them or anything. So yeah, that could well, if you and Mike said that's normal, then hey, I guess I'm good to go. I'm just hoping that she'll be as good as her mom was for us, and we're hoping that that third heat will give her enough time to mature enough into what we would be hoping for. Mike says that some moms will lose interest around 4 weeks. Some are crazy and never will. Okay. Yeah, man. You know why I decided to wait too? Because the last time the breeding I did, this female, I was waiting to cut her to come in heat. She came in heat at like 12, 13 months. And man, my male hit her because I was like, when is this dog coming in heat? I didn't think, I was wondering. I was just like, is this female ever going to come in heat? And my male caught her one time. I ran out there, got them to separate, and I was like, man, she's not gonna have no puppies because he stuck to her one time, and I never let them out the same time again. I let the females out one time, and I let him out by himself. And lo and behold, this girl had four puppies, and that was her first, I think, her first heat. Even though she was around that 12-month mark, she then I saw the immaturity in her, where she was trying to get the puppies to move around, and in doing that, I mean, she would hit them and the puppies would flip over. I mean, completely flip over. And I was like, I had to stop her. I couldn't. I wasn't as confident leaving her by herself, even though I had to go to work. But ended up breaking one of the puppy's legs doing that. Come home and meet the puppy outside of the whelping box, and she won't move for nothing. I took her to get the X-ray man, and extra money you got to spend. So I was like, you know what? We'll wait till second or third heat. Third heat is even not the end of the world for us. But and like I said, we're in no rush. So I'm definitely gonna be waiting and watching to see how mature she is. Trench says, I've noticed the longer you wait to breed makes you have to do more work. The younger, like one or two, they change and stay with the pup full 4 weeks or longer before they have teeth. Oh, well, I haven't noticed that. I haven't done a ton of in-house breedings. Most of the breedings that I've done have been studying my males out to people, in the Bahamas or in the community. But I've only did my own breeding about one, two, three, about three times because I did like four breedings that didn't take, which was upsetting to no end. So I have a lot of good friends that I can reach out to that are breeders and that have been breeding for a long time. So it's not something that I'm concerned about. And when it comes to whooping the puppies, my wife helps me out sometime. She's good with getting them on the nipple. So actually, I did more than four breeding, but five. Yeah, about five. I'd say about five. But I'm in absolutely no rush. Like when I do this next breeding come February, and that'll be our second generation, I'm good for a year or two just watching the puppies grow. I don't really have to be like, oh man, I got to make my third generation. And, there's going to come a time when we get what we're looking for. And then hopefully, I'm praying that there are much better dogs in the community to choose from, that we can probably expedite some of those plans. But for right now, yeah, especially the way the economy is here, we're going to be patient. Trench Kennel Bully says, I have five generations with standards and two generations with pockets. Nice. Nice. What strains do you use? What bloodlines do you use? Yep. Don't worry about me, guys. I know you. If you know me, you know I'm a heavy, hardcore Raven fan. But I'm not watching the game right now. But hoping that these guys come out with the win because this is some bull crap. They are not running the ball like they need to be. But Trent says all out cross, but pocket. I had my first line bred. It all comes together. You do have to be patient. Okay. Well, no, patience is definitely the name of the game. I see a I see a lot of people on Facebook doing a lot of breedings, and their dogs are just average, and there's nothing wrong with average. But they're talking as if, oh man, we're putting in so much work. The breeding say we're doing this all the time, and blah blah blah. But you're just breeding to breed. And I don't. I used to think that I wanted to be a breeder until I seen how much time and work, the amount of time, and I want to do. I want to travel. I want to see more of America, more of the eastern side of the world. I don't want to be stuck home, with 5 or 6 dogs, 7 dogs, and trusting someone to take care of them. And that's how probably my last dog died when I went to Oklahoma to propose to my now wife. Um, I left my dog with my dad and came back. The day I came back, my dog died. I wasn't even on the island yet, and the dog died. So I I'm not trying to leave someone to take care of like 5, 6 dogs that I've invested heavily into. Especially if it's generations of my work. Oh no, heck no. Now, if you're in a place where you have your blood here and there that you always have access to it, then I can understand that. But for me, no. Marley says, "Do you use any multivitamin or joint support with your dogs?" I don't yet, but I do want to, and I'm trying to find good ones, um, especially for when this female is going into heat for next year because she's in heat right now. Actually, just waiting for that to pass. But yeah, no, I do. I do. The only thing I use right now is coconut oil. That's it. Trench Kelly says both gaudy. Okay, man, I'd like to see your dogs. Trench Kennel, I definitely would. Ross family says my life is spent in the whelping box and on the phone in dog discussions. It's like a never-ending dream or nightmare. I'm not sure which one. Yeah, I can only imagine, brother. It is a commitment. It is a lifestyle. Um, when you commit to having that many dogs, unless you're like some kind of millionaire where you could just be like, oh, I'm going to take a trip for like 2 weeks, and then you got somebody who you can trust to take care of them, and everything's the same by the time you get back. But you have to be really fortunate to be blessed with good help, someone that you can trust. And then also I guess you got to compensate them for that for their time as well. Trench Kennel Bully says, I like inbreeding gaudy line dogs than just breeding to raise his edge. The edge dogs don't look good with other edge. Gotta outcross it, but gaudy don't seem to matter. Gaudy makes good dogs, period. Um, I mean, that's how you feel. There's nothing wrong with that. I like a lot of the edge to edge dog breedings. I also like a lot of the gaudy to edge breedings as well. But I don't think you can go wrong either way. I guess it's just depending on what you're looking for. You know, Trench Kennel says he eats, sleep, dogs, repeat. It's a lifestyle for him. I feel you. I feel you, man. And Marley says she's in search of some reliable vitamins and joint supplements for dogs. Okay, well, I'll reach out to some of my friends. I know even some of the people in here definitely can point you in the right direction. I know Mike. I think Mike and them use um, some good vitamins, and they can definitely point you in the right direction. But I'll look up and if you message me on Facebook, and I'll definitely remember to find out for you because I have a friend that works at a reproduction facility, and it's also a veterinarian office. So he is really into that as well. So you just message me on Facebook, and we'll definitely get you some good information for you to make the best choice. But yeah, man, we've been talking about you know tools tool dogs tonight. We got 5 minutes left. Um, I've shared with you guys my new thoughts. Um, you know, I'm excited about the future and the things that we have coming up that I'm also going to share with you guys. But trying to make a slightly bigger dog, not some huge freak, but slightly bigger than what we have, without sacrificing the structure. And that's always going to be a priority for me because I'm never happy when I see a dog that is I can just see the obvious conformational flaws regardless of size. And my friend just told me I'm too hard on my own dogs the other day, but I would much rather a classic with excellent conformation than a huge bully dog, regardless of class, with okay conformation. Because I never want to be looking at my dog and be like, this conformation is okay. I could never be in that kind of situation. It's just not something. I'll always feel like I can do better, and I won't be satisfied. So that's just the way I think about things, and that's just the way I usually am. Trench Bully says all the champions and grand champion edge dogs have Gaudy and Dax. They seem to produce all these extreme dogs they expect now that wasn't okay back in the day, like Denzel, who helped bring health and structure. Well, all I wouldn't say. Well, I'd say all. I mean, like Suarez Bulls. All of their older dogs. They don't have any Dax in them or Gaudy. I mean, but they do have that in some of their dogs. But like Victorious and Paco and Shifu and Typhoon, like those are all edge, but they're all I mean they're all Suarez, but they're all edge. They don't have any of that in them. But he does have some that does have them as well. And then Denzel did, play a big part in what we're seeing today, and everybody knows his contribution can't be denied. First Nationals winner at ABKC, not like a super clean dog, but bred the right way, I believe. So kudos to Terrell for that. Trench Kennel believes now it's all extreme. Dave denounced the accident in the UK, and that's why I went shorter. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. We know it's a whole lot of extreme now, but you know, certain breedings can also give you, I guess, that strong. But look, I'm not looking for a freak, and I'm assuming everybody isn't looking for a freak, but they want that muscular specimen that's still clean and moves well, fluid movement the way it's supposed to be, who can hold the confirmation, and that is what is rare today. That is what you don't see much of. So the first person I think who can do something like that is probably going to be the newer pioneer of today. But want to thank you guys for coming on tonight. I said we would get an hour in. Definitely appreciate you guys and the time that you spent with me talking dogs. I had fun tonight. Everybody says it's extreme, but structurally enough. That's healthy, but not structurally. You're right. I agree, bro. I agree. But like I said, we'll try to have a video, a regular video, probably every Thursday. I don't want to cut into NFL season. I know it's prime time on Thursday night, but we're gonna do what makes sense. But still, probably gonna come out with a video on Thursday. I appreciate you guys' support. If you haven't hit that like button, hit that like button for us. It definitely helps the channel to grow. Keep it clean, keep it correct, keep it healthy. Most of all, we appreciate you guys. We don't have a channel without you, so stay tuned. We will see you guys next week. I appreciate you all coming on tonight. Love you guys, man. Chuck Charles, man, you got to catch us next time, man. Turn that notification bell on. All right, and stay in tune with us on Facebook, man. Molly says the Brazilian pit monster is what seems to be trying to accomplish. Yes, that has been popular lately. I've been seeing that over Facebook as well. That dog, the Sheik, crazy looking, freaky, and looks clean at the same time. But yeah, but I gotta run, guys. Again, I appreciate you guys coming on. I think 9 o'clock is probably a better time than the 8 o'clock that we've been doing before. So I think I'm going to stick to that. And we will definitely keep in touch, guys. So thank you again. You guys stay safe. Peace, Donald.